Hello, I'm Michael Curry, presiding bishop of the Episcopal Church. It is a privilege and honor, indeed, it is a blessing to be able to welcome all who have gathered this day for the launching, the inauguration, if you will, of the community at the crossing, a community of young adults committed to the life of prayer and social service in the name of and in the way of Jesus of Nazareth. I join with Bishop Andrew Dietschy, Bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of New York, Dean Patrick Malloy of St. John the Divine Cathedral, in welcoming one and all, and in particular, to welcome Father Francois Michon, Superior General of the community of Chamonix. We welcome him and one and all. Religious communities in the history of Christianity have often been communities and movements that have reformed the church and helped it to find its way closer to following in the footsteps of Jesus, have been communities that have served and provided hospitals, medical care, schools, communities that have helped to foster the values and the teachings of Jesus of Nazareth and the way of God's love in the world. These religious communities and the lives of the religious have often been lighthouses to help human civilization find its way to a way of life grounded more deeply in the ways of compassion, in the ways of justice, in the ways of kindness, in the way of God's love. We rejoice that the process has now, after 4 years of labor, come to the point that members of religious communities will soon be inaugurated at this service who will help to guide in the formation of the community at the crossing, with young adults committed to prayer and service to the world in Jesus' name. The truth is, the spiritual values uttered by Jesus of Nazareth, held by Christians around the world, are values and teachings and matters and ways of spirituality that ennoble humanity, that lift us up, that help us find our way, even in dark and difficult times. In the Sermon on the Mount, found in Matthew's Gospel, chapter 5, 6, and 7, it begins with the Beatitudes. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Blessed are the merciful. Blessed are the compassionate. Blessed are the peacemakers. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst, that God's righteous justice might prevail. Blessed are the persecuted. Love your enemies. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who despitefully use you. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. In this compilation of the teachings of Jesus, Jesus ends those teachings with a little parable. He says, those who hear and live these teachings of mine, who reflect these values of mine, the values of God's kingdom, God's reign, the values of God's love, those who build their lives on these teachings are like someone who has built their life on solid rock, on solid ground. And when the storms of life come, as they surely will, as hard times come, as they often do, when the difficulties of life, when injustices in the world rise up with titanic power, one who stands on the values that emerge from the very heart of God's love will stand. That house, that person will not fall, for they have built their lives, their civilization on solid rock. There's an old hymn that says, my hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly lean on Jesus' name. On Christ, the solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. Another says it this way: Christ is made the sure foundation. Christ, the head and cornerstone, chosen of the Lord and precious, binding all the church in one. That Jesus Christ, his teachings, his spirit, his way of love is our way of life. And the community at the crossing, like religious communities before it, will be a lighthouse showing us the way to find life abundant, meant for each. God love you. God bless you. And may God hold us all in those almighty hands of love.